Hey, how's it going? Let's see. All right, another day, another episode. Here we go. I just need to share this guy. Hey, what's up, me? All right, I'm just sharing this to my pages. Share. Okay. I think we got it. All right. For 2 weeks, it was just a week, man. I just missed last Monday. That's all. Let's see. How's it going, Sean? All right. Let's get to it. Yeah, it's been a little bit. I've been super crazy busy trying to work this into my schedule, so hopefully it'll be good today. Let me get this mic out of my face. All right. What's up, Jose? All right, let's get rocking on this guy. I think I need to look up some reference. Hey, what's up, Neil? Okay. Hey, from Poland, how are you? I'm just looking up some reference images of Keanu Reeves here. I just want to see what he looks like from the side. Interesting. Okay. I'm not too far off, actually. Hey, from Orlando, how's it going? Charlie, how are you? Doing good? Okay. Yeah, his nose kind of curves down like this. Kind of sweeps and curves and hooks underneath. So that's kind of interesting. I do want to give this guy some eyelids. And I think I'm not going to combine them. I'm just going to leave them separate. So how's everybody doing today? Oh my goodness. I'm listening to Pretzel and sometimes it goes a little crazy. All right. Oh, thanks, Neil. Yep, I just barely posted that today. If you check that out. Hey, from Brazil. Chop these in half. Curve brush. You know, I thought I had lost this my progress, and it just turns out I saved it in the wrong place. So, oh man, I was freaking out there for a minute. I opened it, and it's like, where is all that work? Hope I didn't lose it. But no, I just saved it in the wrong spot. So we're good. Back in action. I was freaking out there for a minute. I was like, am I gonna just sculpt something else then? Because, oh, goodness. I was scared. Thanks. Oh, goodness. So it's been a crazy couple days. Hey, what's up, CyberChris? I'm trying to sell my house. That's not the funnest thing in the world, I have to say. Oh, thanks, Metin. Glad you're finding some use out of them. Crow's Tunes, what's up? I need to turn off the spotlight projection. And like I said 2 weeks ago, I would like to start streaming on my own channel soon. I thought I would be able to last Monday, but I wasn't quite ready. So if you want to give me a follow at Shane Olson Art here on Twitch, you'll be notified when I do go live, and ignore the graphics that are there right now. I'm updating them. So, and the reason why I want to sculpt on my own channel every other week is because I still want to sculpt on Pixelogic's channel, of course, but I want to kind of explore a little bit outside of ZBrush and yeah, just kind of have a little bit of fun with it and stuff like that. So. Yeah, I think Neil might. Neil, would you mind posting that, the first episode? Yeah, this is episode 93. Can you guys believe it? I'm almost to 100. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Just kind of checking this out, seeing if I like it. Awesome. Yeah, throw a party at 100, right? Hey, from India, how are you? All right. Hey, Sophane. Welcome, everybody. Give him more of a bicep here. Kind of lost his shoulder. His need to pull this down. Completely lost his deltoids there. These shoulders are a little weak. Whoa, too fast. Hey, Angry, how's it going? Good, Jorge. That's how you say your name, I believe. Not sure. Okay. This guy looks like he's got some kind of suspenders on, since I split it up that way. Oh, that's funny. Like a redneck Keanu. That's a thing, right? Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's been kind of rough. Not really many showings. I don't know why that is, but hey, what can I do? Hey, from Germany, is it a big difference between Wacom Intuos and Cintiq? The biggest difference is obviously that your interaction is with the screen one-to-one instead of kind of an offset where an Intuos you're on a tablet and you're looking up at the screen that you're working on. So there's a little bit of a disconnect there, but a tablet is just a good thing to have in general. So it's basically up to what you can afford. The only thing a Cintiq will do for you is speed up your process. It won't make you a better artist. It won't get you a leg up or anything like that. It will just speed you up. Because essentially, you're going to be doing one stroke on here because it's one-to-one instead of, you know, on a tablet, you might have to do the stroke a few times to get it right, but there's nothing wrong with either one. Is a base mesh good for cartoon sculpting? I usually don't use a base mesh because I've talked about it before. I don't want it to influence my final design, but occasionally I'll use a base mesh. But if you watch all my past episodes, I start fresh every time. Yeah, it's like I said, it's just it's personal preference and what you can afford, honestly. What's up, Chicken Hawk? How's it going, man? It's going well. Other than I thought I lost my sculpt. So I'm just glad I found it. Oh my goodness. I was freaking out there for a minute. Bring his ears down. It's funny, I'm wearing my Wacom hat today. I don't know if you guys noticed. Instead of my old man hat. Hey, how's it going? Okay. Let's see. Sean, I just accidentally saved it in the wrong place, so no admin would have saved me from my own stupidity there, if that's what you're talking about. Fix this arm. Yeah, I should, huh? All right. Thanks, Rodeska. We'll have to see how he turns out, huh? Okay, I'm just trying to decide where to go next with him. If I should put his hair, like block his hair in, or yeah, Muhammad. I'll pose him after I'm done modeling for sure. Yeah, I'll most likely put him in this pose. I really like to print my characters out, 3D print them. So I like to pose them for sure. Let's see. Yeah, I think the hair is really going to help him look like Keanu Reeves. You know, that hair. Let me see. I think I want to push his eyebrows down more. Hey Falcao, how's it going? Okay. I'm gonna kind of get him in his expression here. Then I'm gonna have to move his eyelids back down. Yeah, Neil, that's awesome. That's awesome you found that. Got to try it out. Where can we see your 3D prints? Well, I have a couple. You know, I need to update my ArtStation and put them all on there. But I just have them sitting up here behind me. Do you prefer to always sculpt in an A pose, or will you, knowing the end result, sculpt in pose? No, I hardly ever sculpt in pose. Just because I like to keep my symmetry as long as I can. All right. Just because, like I just said, I like to keep symmetry as long as I can. So here's one I glued together not too long ago. Here, let me pop it to full cam really quick. So you can see this guy. This is from Disney Infinity. We just printed him bigger. But I've had him in my closet for the longest time, and I finally glued him to his base. And the glue kind of chopped up a little bit, but yeah, here's one of them. Turned out all right. I'll stick him right there. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, it was fun to print him out larger. I mean, look at the size of that infinity base. Sorry, I gotta flip it back. The infinity base is like this big on this guy. That's huge, really big. All right, I gotta flip this back. Boop. Okay, there we go. All right. Hey, Alex, thank you so much. Thanks, Neil. Okay, we got it. And if you guys are interested, I give away this user interface for free. If you go over to 3dcharacterworkshop.com, and it's you can just hit that button that says grab my brushes. So yeah, just follow the link up above my head, that 3dcharacterworkshop.com, and I think Neil posts links. Rodeska, only for my personal use. You know, I'm not selling them or anything like that. It's just for me personally. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna start blocking his hair in just for fun. Just to kind of get this mass on his head to try and make him look like Keanu a little bit more. Hey Dosh, yep, I found it. I just accidentally saved it in the wrong location. I saved it where I save my my workshop files instead of my Twitch files. I have two different locations, and I just saved it where I save my workshop files. Which I also teach a character workshop. If you guys didn't know already, if you guys are new to my channel, I teach an online workshop. If you guys are interested, you can go to my website and click on the links to find out more. Here, I'll just show you really quick. So if you go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com, and if you want my brushes, you can grab them right here. And if you want to find out more about the workshop, just click on this button right here, and you can find out more. So, all right. Side effects. Thanks. Okay, here we go. Who's the bear on the mic? That's just my logo. That's me as a bear. Okay, let's get the hair in here. Artur, yes, I do. It will only help you for sure. I mean, it's all of the skills, like creating something, art skills in general will help, as will painting and all that kind of stuff. It's just like, will learning the guitar help you understand the piano? Yes, it will, because it's both music, that kind of thing. So, all right. I'm just gonna block out his hair just with a basic sphere, I think, before I go crazy with laying in all the hair strands. And I'll just kind of use the Sculptress Pro mode to go crazy with it a little bit. Okay, split it off. Hey, what's up, Dan? Yeah, it goes. There's a little bit of a delay over on Facebook and on YouTube, but it's the same thing. And I still see your comments, so yeah, it's good. It's all good. Okay, let's see. All right, let's go into Sculptress Pro mode here. And what Sculptress Pro mode is going to do is it's essentially going to add little triangles wherever you use your brush. And it works with some brushes, not all. So I'm just going to kind of work in his part, and then I'm just gonna go crazy pulling out hairs with the snake hook brush. Like this. And you can see it's dynamic topology, which means it's going to add triangles as I add, as I pull it along, and then it's going to triangulate based on the size of your brush. So the bigger your brush, the smaller, or the bigger the triangles. So if I go really big, the triangles are going to be big. Yep, I said snake hook twice. If I say it one more time, Ashley might show up. It's like saying Beetlejuice. Okay. Like I said, I'm really just blocking this in really super rough. It's gonna look super ugly right now. I don't know. Kind of like that hairstyle. What do you think? Oh man. It's gonna look super crappy for a minute. Yep, ship it. I'm the best at hairs. I can make hairs so good. Does look like dreadlocks. I don't think I want his ears sticking out, actually, so I'm probably going to pull some more geometry out over his ears. I'm just trying to get something here, something in place, that's all. That's the goal of what I'm working on right now. That's why I don't want dynamic on. And then here in a second, I'll turn off symmetry and just have at it. Why not fiber mesh? Because fiber mesh does not 3D print. And I'm going to 3D print this guy. Fiber mesh is just too small. The fibers are too small. Sean, it is fun. It's a lot of fun. I think I want it to go like that, actually, back here. Kind of reminds me of Matthew Mercer from Critical Role, too. He's got some hair like this, a little bit. You guys know who he is? Yeah, snake hook is incredible, honestly. And there, I said it 3 times. Ashley should be showing up any second. Need to curl these underneath. They look like tentacle ends or something. I don't know what's going on. All right. I want to fix this underneath here and inflate it. Yeah, that's why. See this hole? Let's fill it up with clay buildup. Oh, Ivy, thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. You know what? I made a hole on the outside. So what I have to do here is turn on backface masking. Then it shouldn't affect the other side. Yeah, the concept is done by Luigi Lucarelli. He's one of my favorite concept artists on the planet. But I don't know what's going on. This brush has auto mask activated. Oh, okay. I guess it won't. Doesn't like backface mask with Sculptress Pro. How would you model curly hair? I would most likely use an insert multi-mesh brush. You can find it on the ZBrush insert multi-mesh repository on ZBrush Central. Or the same people who made my favorite hairbrush, which is Benjamin Hale and Chris Whitaker. If you go over to Funky Bunnies, they have a curly hairbrush that you can check out. Here, I'll show you. Funkybunnies.com. Right here. No, not that. Funky. I gotta be careful. What is it? Funky. The memory on my browser got reset. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find it. Oh, 3D. Thank you, Neil. All right. So it's funkybunnies3d.com, not funkybunnies.com. So if you go to Tools, and then you go down to ZBrush Brushes right here, they have this curly hairbrush right here that's really good. That's a good one. You can use fiber mesh for it if that's the route you want to go. You can just find other insert multi-mesh brushes for curly hair. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can do it. And I'm going to be using I'm probably going to be using that Funky Bunnies. It's called the Macan Hairbrush. This one right here. I love this brush so much. So Benjamin Hale made it, and then Chris Whitaker, the website, this guy, he kind of tuned it a little bit and posted it up here. So that's the brush I'm going to be using. And then it'll refine all these ugly hair strokes. I'm just blocking this in to get a feel for kind of what he looks like, if he's even in the ballpark. And then I'll probably just leave it alone for a while. Because it is ugly right now. Ugly. Just going to close this up. Can you guys hear this music I'm looking at, or listening to? Looking at. It's pretty crazy. I think I'm going to go to the next one. It's like... Okay. Heavy guitar sounds, yeah. I have it on pretty low. I'm not pushing it to my stream feed. It's just kind of coming through my speakers right here. So you guys might hear it lightly. But I'm not trying to I don't intend on having sound music behind my streams, because I get mixed reviews about it. Okay, this is really horrible. When's my birthday and what age am I? My birthday is August 25th, and I am almost 47. I'm getting up there. Forgetting to grab that snake hook brush. No new age music, new age jazz. I look like I lost weight. It's probably just this hat. But I'm trying to. I'm trying to lose a little weight. I weigh too much for my size. I'm not going to tell you my weight, sorry. Too heavy. That's how much. What's the poly count of the hair? Honestly, the correct answer to that is I don't care. I know it sounds like an a-hole answer, but I don't. It's like it's triangles right now, so it's changing every stroke, so I'm not really paying attention to the poly count at all. But sorry, I don't mean to sound like a jerk when I say that. I'm just not paying attention to it at all. All right, you know what? This blockout's kind of ugly and driving me crazy. So I think what I'm going to do is just throw in some strokes, some hair strokes to begin with, just to frame the face, and then maybe I'll leave the blockout for the rest, because it's looking beyond ugly and it's driving me crazy. So when you print out the model, do you have to do it in parts and put it together, or can you print it as one piece? So yeah, that's a great question. What happens is, it depends on the size that you're going to print it out at. And then it depends on if things are in the way of other things. So, let me see. So, for example, with this one, full cam. So, with this pirate girl that I did, she's printed out in a whole bunch of different parts. Let me move this microphone. So, she's printed out her sword and her arm are one piece. This little shoulder piece is a different piece, and it's overhanging like that hair, like you see. And then her head is another piece, and her hair is part of her head. So her hair and her head are one piece, and they just plug into the neck, and that's a different piece right there. And then there's another piece. Her torso plugs into her pelvis as another key, and this arm is part of her torso. And then her legs are a different piece. And then this little octopus down here is a different piece. And so it's all plugged into different parts. So it just depends. And then this little jar thing on her back, that's a different piece that plugs in again. So this one is made of several different pieces, but let me see. This one, she is pretty much, let's see, I think she is two pieces. She has a head that's one piece with her hair, and then her torso and everything is a different piece, and then her gloves and her gun is a different piece that I plugged onto the wrists there. So yeah, that's this one. This one's printed smaller. So, and this is the character that I teach during my workshop, and I teach you how to set up your models for 3D printing using this one as an example. So and then this last one is there's this dinosaur, this cowboy riding on this dinosaur. This is the one I did last year during my Pixelogic live streams. But this one, Steven Anderson, another guy that streams here on the Pixelogic live streams, you might have seen him streaming. He helped me cut and key this out. And yeah, this has a seam that runs all the way down this leg and around. And yeah, so it's counter-levered, so you can see the key right here. And that plugs into the base, and it holds itself like this. And the cowboy's a piece, the head is a piece, the gun is a piece, and even these straps are a different piece, and they plug in. And then the head of this guy is a different piece, and the tail is its separate piece. I need to come back and do some filling, and then some sanding, and clean this guy up, and then paint him and stuff. So, yeah. So those are all printed on a Form 2. So Formlabs Form 2. So that's a resin-based printer. I don't really use the extrusion printers much. I don't even know who Kevin De Bruyne is. I don't know, sorry. Okay, let me do some. I'm just gonna put some hair strands in here, like I said, after I save it. I'm gonna save it in the right place now. Twitch, right here. Okay. Oh, he's a soccer player? Okay. Football player, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna turn off Sculptress Pro for a minute. We'll grab, I actually have that curls brush. This one. I think I just want a single solid flat single. Here we go. Dial Up Wizard, hey, what's up? No worries. You can always watch it back on Pixelogic's live stream if you want. Whoops. And Neil, I didn't save. I need to save this back out with that curve modifier fixed. There we go. I actually want it to go taper down on this one. But the opposite side. Okay. So see this tapered hair? Whoop. Kind of fun. All right. I think that is good enough spot to commit and then split. So this is what we have now. Hey, what's up, Carlos? How you doing, man? Good to see you. I think I want to make my own hairbrushes that don't have these support creases in here, because I think what I want is I'd rather have actual creases. Then when I smooth it, the crease won't go away. See, right now, if I smooth it like this, see those support lines, they spread out. And with a crease, it wouldn't do that. But with a crease, it would be very, very strong. So I'd have to reduce the crease afterwards. Cyberchris, yeah, it kind of looks like a fish or a leech or something. Yeah, I could do a pinch after the fact, but the point is, it's hard to run a smooth on these without the support creases going away, the support loops going away. Like, if I want to smooth this out, see how it's spreading out everything out? And I want to really keep this support loop, so I think I'm going to go in here and just delete this and this. I don't know what it's going to do. I've never done that before. Yeah, it's kind of getting rid of the end here. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I'd like to build me a personal one that has the edges creased instead. But yeah, of course, after the fact, you can always go back in and with the pinch brush and pinch them back down. But it's just extra work, you know? Hey Jefferson, how's it going? Okay, I'm going to turn off symmetry now, and we're going to overlap these guys. Turn on topological. Turn on dynamic. Can also make them gray too. I'm gonna give his head some color, just for fun. It's got this orangey skin tone. Yeah, that works. Super orange. I think I want to go a little orange on the eyes here. Okay. And I think having some eyebrows in there is really going to help too. And I kind of want to take a cue from what is it called? Oh my goodness! I'm totally forgetting. Is it Bindai? Is that the sculptor's name? Bindai. He made a John Wick sculpt of Keanu Reeves, and he put the eyebrows on the underside of this brow line, and it was super effective. And I might try and do that because I got a kick out of it. So it looked really good. I usually put my eyebrows on the upside of my brow line. Sometimes I cross, you know, start it down here and then cross the brow line to go up above it. But so I'm just looking at my other references here. Okay. Pinch this a little more. Yeah, his eye shape is really interesting. It's like and then I'm kind of balancing between the way Luigi drew it and his actual eye. Because I'm trying to get like a likeness like this, but maybe a little more Keanu in there, you know? Yeah. Anyway, I'll have to mess with it. I'm gonna put some eyebrows on him, because that'll help a lot. Like I said, I think I'm gonna start down here and go up and across, maybe, or keep it on the downside. Let's see, let me hide these and this. What software used to animate the character? Usually, usually when I animate in Maya. I'm gonna start that over again. Because I want it to taper down like that. But I can always move it later. Okay. Can you hear my dog? I used to animate in 3D Studio Max. That's actually what I learned in a long time ago. Let's see, split animate points. Increase all. I have a beagle. A female beagle. Super cute, but she's getting old. And she has this thing called Cushing's disease. It makes her like itch and be miserable, so I don't know. She's having a tough time. Carlos, I am doing something inside the course that I can share. I'm working on Sirloin. If you guys saw him, did you see Sirloin? So I have a student-only live stream where on Wednesdays I do the same thing that I'm doing now, but it's just student-only, and I'm actually going to take him all the way through Substance Painter and texture him there. A chew beagle? Nice. Yeah, we're getting close. It's UV's next, and then Substance after that. And another streamer here, Brendan Isaiah Bengston. He's going to help us out a little bit. He's like he knows Substance Painter a lot. So if you want to learn some Substance stuff, you can follow Brendan on his own channel. Just trying to get these cheeks to look a little stronger here. Okay. Let me save this, and I can show you guys a preview of Sirloin really quick, so you can see what we're working on. So we're in the middle of retopping him right now. Let me see. These are his shoulders, and most of him is hidden, and I have low resolutions in here, so let me see, because I know when I show all this there's going to be white bits in there, so I'd have to hide them all. Let's see. Just hide these parts. Because all the white is the low resolution version that we're going to bake our maps to. He's got some arms. Where's his arms? Right there. And then his little skirt thing. There it is. Okay, so this is what he looks like, and he has his sword down in there. Let me hide that. Okay, so oh, it looks like his hair. Anyway, ignore the hair. This is Sirloin. So we're gonna texture him up inside of Substance Painter. So yeah, this is a design done by my friend Todd Harris. So yep, that's what we're working on inside the workshop right now. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm excited for Substance because I really want to get into some high detailed texture work like metals and leather work and stuff like that. Stuff I haven't really messed with too much. I'm pretty excited to do that. Okay. So if you're interested in checking it out, you should come check out the workshop. That was my shameless plug. Okay, let me see this face. I'm going to subdivide his face once or twice maybe. Start to get into a little bit like I want this brow crease and stuff going on. Okay. Ivy, only if that's the route you want to go. But yes, it's a good idea to learn texturing either with Photoshop or Substance. If it depends on what you want to do with your hobby or career. But a lot of studios these days are using Substance Painter to do their textures with. So it's a good idea. Give him some nostrils here. Then I kind of want to block in his goatee and stuff too. Excellent table? I think you mean tablet, right? I agree. Make his nose thinner. Just the bridge of it. Do you feel some, let's see, excellent work. Oh, thanks. Yeah, let me know if I missed any questions, you guys. Not that I really need to define the lips because they're going to be covered with that mustache and goatee, but I want to get them in here. Just music. I don't know how much of it you guys can hear. It's pretty funny. Boo, boo, boo. I choose it because it's license free. So in case Twitch or YouTube or wherever I post this picks up on the music, I won't get muted for having licensed music. Omer, yep. That's what this is from. I'm pretty excited for Cyberpunk 2077. Hopefully, if it's anything like The Witcher, then I'm gonna love it. I'm a huge fan of The Witcher. The Witcher series. Hey Ava, thank you very much. All right, let's grab these brows and then draw the mustachio on there. I'm gonna hide the hair once again just because I want to do the beard up the side. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna end up doing the hairs on his face, because they're not like completely solid. But right now I'm gonna make them solid temporarily. All right. Da-da-da-da-da. And I can edit this afterwards too, so it's not the end all if I don't get it right the first time. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Did you sculpt on the Cyberpunk? No. Like, did I work on that game? I did not. This is just fan art. Saving file. Which brush did you use to make more stylized Disney Infinity? This is exactly what I did, Victor. It wasn't like a single brush. It was a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, all of these brushes that I actually give them out for free. I've talked about it before, but all these brushes, these one across the bottom here, these are all the exact same brushes that I used throughout the entire production of Disney Infinity. So if you want them, go grab them. I think the deal is in the general look of the model, not in the way the brush holds the secret. Exactly, Ava. That's true. A technical question. Do you think it's bad painting your UVs like the normal map? I guess I don't understand that question, Vinicus. Maybe, yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're asking me. Okay. Hey, what's up, a tentative slug? How you doing? Okay, I need to split that off. Okay, now we can tune this, because I want it to hang over the lip a little bit, like this. Okay. Oh, do you think it's bad? No, it's not bad at all. In fact, you should do that. You should. I touch every single one of my normal map bakes just to fix different problem areas, because sometimes the envelopes will overlap other envelopes and create some problem areas, or you'll get some scalloping and things like that. So yeah, you can just go in there and paint it out by hand for sure. There's nothing wrong with that. what is the basic principle to become a sculpting artist? Honestly, I mean, it's kind of a trite answer, but it's practice, practice, practice. You know, finding what, you know, kind of what you want to sculpt as far as what style, if you want to do realism, if you want to do stylized or that kind of thing, and just practice, practice. I equate it to learning a musical instrument, like the guitar. You know, if you want to learn how to play the guitar, you have to practice, you have to learn chords, you have to learn scales and all that kind of stuff. So if you're wanting to sculpt characters, you have to learn, you know, anatomy and just different art rules and things like that, design rules. So practice is your friend. Okay, and then we give him some eyelashes. I need to give him a more of a stronger forehead right here. So just so you guys know, I've been sculpting for, well, I've been a character modeler almost my whole career. So I've been doing it for about 20 years, and except for about 5 of those years I was an animator, and 10 of those years I worked for Disney Interactive, and then the rest of the time I was at different studios. Like I worked for at Sony for a while. I worked for Acclaim for a while. Yeah, just various different studios. So I've been doing it for a while. What made me stop animating? I kind of just, you know what, honestly, the reason why is because I just realized that character modeling was my passion, and especially when ZBrush came out and I was able to do digital sculpting instead of character modeling, that kind of opened up a whole new world for me. With animation, it was I guess it was more of a chore for me. And when it's 3D character modeling, it's less of a chore and it's more fun. And because I'd go home and I'd find myself just modeling for fun, you know, just on my own time. So I'm like, you know what? I should probably focus on character modeling more because I have so much fun with it. So that's why I ended up going back. And I just found that I was better at modeling than I was at animating. I'm just okay at animating. I'm not that great at it. I'm okay at it. I just love the challenge of finding a concept that I love and seeing if I can replicate it in 3D. I just love that challenge, you know? I did rigging for about a year. Not even that long. And rigging is way too technical for me. It's okay, but it's just not my bag. Is there any Substance Painter analog which isn't so heavy? Oh, I'm not sure, Ava. I don't know Substance Painter that well, honestly. I wish I did, but Oh, hey, what's up, Brandon? How you doing, man? Okay. So I think we're starting to show a little bit of promise. Yeah, once I get more hair in there, more of these hair strands in there, I think it'll be a lot better. Right now, it's a little bit of a struggle. What ratio of stylized to realistic should be in your portfolio, or should you just put the style you prefer to work in? That's a great question, Edwin. It just depends on where you want to work and what kind of business or clients you want to attract. If you want to do stylized, then by all means put stylized characters in your portfolio. I'm not a huge fan of I love the art of it and I respect it, but I don't really care to do realistic characters. It's just, like I said, it's just not my thing. So I don't really create them, so they're not in my portfolio, and I don't get requests to do realistic characters because of it. And there's plenty of work out there for stylized character artists, so that's what's in my portfolio. I need to update my portfolio. It's kind of outdated. I don't even have all my Disney Infinity characters in there yet. Okay, that's better. From Jamaica, how are you? Thanks for catching my stream. That's crazy, Richard. All right. Love your work style. Hi from India. Hello. How you doing? Sourdeep? Is that how you say your name? Sourdeep? Ah, it's so your name is very close to my friend Sandeep's. Yeah, I have a good friend Sandeep. Hey Amy, glad you found me. Before any concept art, how much research do you do? It depends on the character. If like for example, this one's based on a real person. So I look at the character concept that is from Luigi, but I also pull up reference, like this is what's on my other screen right here. A bunch of pictures of Keanu Reeves. So I have, multiple references over here too. So hey, what's up, Toonbox Studio? How you doing? Am I on here every week? I used to be, but I'm kind of switching to every other Monday because I want to stream on my own channel every other Monday. So next Monday, I'm hoping to stream on my own channel. If you're interested in following me over there, it's just Shane Olson Art on Twitter, or on Twitch, sorry. I think that's my handle on Twitter too. But on Twitch, it is Shane Olson Art if you want to give me a follow. And you'll be notified when I go live over there. And I think, I'm not sure, but Pixlogic might host my channel when I stream there too, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see about that one. They just stream other streamers' channels when nothing is being streamed at the time. Haha, Swix. You're not the first one. He looks like Bucky, doesn't he? That metal arm. Bucky fan art. Keanu kind of has this subtle roundness to his nose. It's not quite a hook, but it's just kind of a little bit of a roundness. And his nose is very straight coming from his eyebrows going down. There's no real change. It doesn't get thicker or thinner all the way down. It just kind of goes rip. And he has pretty strong creases right here. Not that strong. Okay. Richardson, why did I leave Disney? Because they shut down my office. They shut down. So I worked at Avalanche Studios in Salt Lake City on Disney Infinity, and they closed it down. So now I teach online. So I'm running the 3D character workshop, and that keeps me busy full time. And then I occasionally will do freelance work. Like I did a skin for Zenyatta on Overwatch. And then just, I do character poses and just different things like that. So, but less and less freelance work because I'm really busy with my workshop. Do you model hard surface stuff too? Or are you, no, I do organic, or I do hard surface stuff as well. Like Zenyatta's arms were hard surface. I'll show you. So this is my art station. Like I said, I need to update it, but I did this one. So these arms are completely hard surface. Yeah. And this baseball. So, and yeah. I can't talk too much about this guy, but because I'm under NDA. Oh, thanks. Mine too. I'm not biased at all. The pinch brush you're using, did you make this brush of your own? Yes. Yeah. And if you want it, I give it away for free. So just go over to 3dcharacterworkshop.com and grab it. So yeah, I think Neil is posting the link, but if you just go to my webpage, click on this, and you can get it. And then you'll get on my newsletter, and occasionally I'll send out emails, not very often. I need to send out more, but I don't. Oh, thanks. Okay, let me get some eyelashes in here. I think eyelashes will really help this. Let's save it. On him, I did not. I did a little bit, but not all of it. I did a lot of hard surface stuff in Maya. But I did some of it in ZBrush too. Like I said, I've been a character modeler for a long time, and when I do that, I usually use Maya, or I used to use Maya a lot. Until ZBrush came along. I'm going to turn him to the side so I can get a better angle on this. Okay, cool. Hey, Woju, how's it going? Charlie, I wouldn't doubt it. Okay. Let's split unmasked points. I actually like, sometimes you find these happy accidents, and I actually like how his eyelids got darker, so I'm going to darken his eyelids like that after I split this off. It's Ismail. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. All right, I need to straighten this out. Gets a little messed up when you're drawing on the surface of things. How long have we been going? An hour and 15 minutes? Okay. How do you manage to make the character not look like plastic? I just use, it's a shader that comes with ZBrush called Skin Shade 4. That's the one I use. I don't use the default the standard shader in ZBrush. Oh, thanks. Red wax. So right here, this if you click on the material, you can find all these shaders, and there's the one called Skin Shade 4. That's what it's on right now. I don't know where it went. It's right there. Skin Shade 4. Yeah, don't use the basic material. This one right here. It makes it all dark and weird. See that? It's not good. For a character at least. So it's better to do that. And also if you grab my brushes, it comes with this interface. If you like this user interface, including this this menu right here, this custom menu, it comes with that as well. It just helps you be less intimidated by ZBrush, I think. Because everything is there, so you're not digging and looking for stuff. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, I want to make this skin color darker on his eyelids. So I like that look. Maybe even darker, maybe like that. Yeah, it's cool. Okay. Yeah, and this hair is just temporary. If you weren't here earlier, this hair is just a block in. I made these two front strands. These are kind of closer to what it's going to be in the end. But these back strands that just look like crap, they're going to be replaced. Whoa. Hi. Right up in my face. It's interesting because listening to this pretzel music, it's just this player I use called Pretzel, so I don't accidentally play licensed songs. Sometimes it'll play some great stuff, like this one's pretty good, and sometimes not so much. How am I going to do the eyes on this one? I'm probably just going to do big black spheres with some brown inside that's just the disc that's, you know, floating on the surface. I was actually thinking about putting those in next just so I could react and see them. Oh, thanks, Woju. I teach it, man. I teach it if you want to learn. That's what, if you go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com up there, I have a full workshop where I show you how to do this front to back. You thought I put some makeup on his eyelids? Like it's a little bit. They're just, I wanted to make them look like they're in shadow, so. Okay, let me do, just gonna grab these eyes. And then I'll just do that right now, Neil. I'm going to put those. Let's see. I want to get. I really need to just make eyes that I can just pull in here. Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, I have a lot of students in here. Okay, let's see. And that's what you want to do. Continue learning. Yeah, no worries, Richardson. You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this because I want to replace them with a sphere. Healer DPS. Thanks. When making female type models, do you worry about offending people with things like the dimension of the chest? No, just make them just be realistic, but in a stylized way. Don't go crazy anime ridiculous. Just follow the concept. Find a good concept, follow the concept. If you're like, if you go and exaggerate beyond the concept, then you're in question. You know what I mean? So concept is king. That's why I have a concept here that I'm following. Yeah, that's kind of the golden rule. Just stick to the concept. But if the concept is exaggerated, then by all means, you know. Yeah, Caitlin, exactly. Never stop learning. Ever. I'm still learning. You know what's funny? I have to say, actually teaching this stuff has taught me more than I've ever learned in my entire career, because I have to like break it down and organize it and teach it to people. So it's like, what is it exactly is it that I am doing? I don't know. I guess I have to break it down so I can teach people. So, oh, thanks, Ikaruga. This is a Wacom hat that I just ran across the other day. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I do have that hat. So, do I create my own concepts? Not very often. I will on occasion, but not very often. Where can you get good concepts free to use and model? Jacob, so you can find them anywhere, but just ask the original concept artist if it's okay if you use them. So don't just go find a concept and just, you know, start modeling it without. That's kind of what I tell my students, without permission. Just try your hardest to get permission, just so they know you're doing it and won't be. And usually they're happy that you want to do it, and you know they like that you're doing concepts. But you know, as long as you're not, if it's fan art and it's a licensed character, as long as you're not selling it and you're just using it for your portfolio, then yeah, just make sure you ask permission. Oh, Dial-Up Wizard, yes, I did. I did it along with some other artists. I wasn't just the only person that worked on that. I basically made the T-pose of him. Oh, you did a repaint, nice. So his eyes are coming too far back on the side, I think. So I'm gonna bring them up. All right, you gotta move hair. Move it, move it. There it is. Yeah, for that project, I was on a team of about 5 in-house modelers, and then we had a lot of outside help from other studios and freelancers that would come in and help us out. Traditional modelers, traditional sculptors, and digital sculptors. Yeah, it was a big project, so we had a lot of help. Okay. The move brush. Oh, yes, and sometimes I'll like accidentally just start using my mouse instead of my pen with the move brush. So which brush did you use to make more stylized? Yeah, Victor, it's not one brush. It's just not. It's all of these brushes. There's not one brush. I wish there was a magic answer to that, but there's not. What's your favorite Disney Infinity character, and which character was the one that made it more complicated? So my favorite Disney Infinity character is one that actually didn't come out, and it's not one that I made. So a friend of mine, Ian Jacobs, who I worked with, he made Doctor Strange, and it never came out, and that was my favorite model out of all of them. That was my favorite. And my favorite one that I modeled was Boba Fett, and he's right here. And he was probably the most complex for me. Anakin was kind of hard because it was very difficult to get his likeness. Like I was having a hard time with his face and his likeness. So, yeah. That was, and then Mickey, of course, was pretty crucial. He made it pretty far. I'll show you. Let me see. I think there's pictures of him out there. Yeah. So let me show you. Okay. So yeah, there you go. I just like the pose and the complexity and the likeness of the actor, the dynamic to him and his sign on the floor. Ian just killed it with this one. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. Yeah, Ian just did a fantastic job with him. Great, great. And I love all the folds and stuff on. Yeah, he just did a fantastic job. I mean the action figure and how much of the original sculpt was used. What are you talking about? Oh, wondering how much of Doctor Strange made it through the... I'm not sure, Caitlin, I'm not sure exactly how much of it, if any of it, made it through to production. I'm not sure. Hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing, man? Yeah, so Ian Jacobs did that one, and yeah, he just did such a great job. Let's see. Yeah, I wish it would have came out. I would have bought several. I actually have your Kylo Ren standing around, and I gave a friend the Ahsoka one. Yeah, I did most of Ahsoka. I think almost all of her. And then Matt Thorpe actually helped me with Kylo Ren's pose. He did a pose of him, and he did Kylo Ren's lightsaber, which is really cool. He figured out how to do that twist in it to make it look like it was homemade. So... And Matt Thorpe's another streamer on here on the Pixelogic live streams. You can catch him every so often. He's streaming on here again. He took a break for a while because he had a kid. Well, his wife had a kid. But he's streaming on here again. You can catch him. He was on my team. Yeah, so he's a good one to catch. Okay. Let's do the eyes on this guy. Actually replace... this with a sphere. Let's see. There we go. Ship it. Right, Mark? Ship it. Was it you that was saying ship it? Yeah, Matt Thorpe, he was on the team too. Let's do 20, 26 maybe? 32. 32, sure. Maybe, sure. Okay, there we go, let's do that. Looks like an umbrella. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, a little bigger. Oh, Mike, I've been showing this one. I printed this one big. Check it out. He's pretty huge. So this one, there we go. It's in focus right here. So, yeah, I printed out. This is like the last thing I did before I left. We all printed one of our figures on the printer, like the week that we were heading out the door. So it's pretty crazy. But hey, Mike, are you still streaming on here? You're still streaming on Pixelogic live stream, right? And I guess they're kind of doing they're kind of making bigger Infinity characters with they have a toy box. A toy box line at the Disney store where they've taken a lot of our sculpts and they've let me see if I have one. Where did it go? I had one. I think I packed it. Anyway, and they're making them articulated and larger. So you can, and they're doing a pretty good job with them, so you can check those out. I have nothing to do with it other than some of the original sculpts that they're using were mine, but Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job. Crazy lately, not so much. Oh, okay. So yeah, Mike's another sculptor on here, and he does fantastic, phenomenal sculpts. They're more in the semi-realistic zone of he uses. They kind of look like collectibles, but he uses them for illustration, and they are just phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. So go check those out. And I don't know when you sculpt. Mike, go ahead and shout out when you sculpt. I can't recall. If you ever want to know when any of us are on the schedule, you can go to ZBrush Live. ZBrush Live, just do a search for ZBrush Live on here, and then click on this first link, and then go to schedule right here. And you can see the schedule, like me right here. And you can also go to presenters, and then you can see all of us right here. Like here's Brendan. There's Mike right here. So you can just click on our names, and you can see past broadcasts and schedule. Like this is episode 93 for me. Can you believe that, Mike? Holy crap. So you can watch all the past episodes under each individual's name. So yeah, good stuff. Yeah, Mike, you got to do some more GeForce stuff, man. That's some crazy cool stuff. Okay, but yeah, my pleasure, dude. Okay, I'm gonna mirror this over, and then mirror and weld. There we go. And I'm sure this is gonna look like crap and not lined up correctly. On a couple of long projects. Okay. The EVs are racking up. Edwin, it's just one of the new eye workflow. I mean, this is just one of them. The reason I do this is because it's just easier to keep a circle when I paint, because I like to paint the actual eye on the surface rather than build it out. Sometimes I'll build it out. It depends on what I'm going to do with it in the end. If I'm going to 3D print it, then I'll actually sculpt the eye out and put a highlight in there and sculpt the pupil out of there. And if I'm going to be taking it to a game engine, I'll actually build it out that way with UV maps and all sorts of stuff. But if I'm just going to be painting it for a final render, then I'll just kind of stick a cap on it like that and then paint the iris inside of there. It just makes it easier to edit and rotate around the eye for different, if I want them to look in a different direction rather than rotate the eye. It's very nice to scale this way. If I need to scale the irises down, then I'm not trying to scale the eyeball down, and I'm not having to repaint the eye. So that's kind of the benefit of this. And I can also get a kind of a decent highlight happening on here if I do it this way. So yeah, it just depends on what the final destination of the eyeball is going to be. How that determines how I'm going to build the eye out. Okay. So let's see. Let's unhide everything and see how horrible it is. Yep, see, he's horribly cross-eyed right now. So I'm going to move this gizmo into the center of the eyeball as close as I can. And then I'm going to use it, rotate it a little bit. See how it's easier to rotate the irises than it is to rotate the eyeball itself. Okay. Maybe like this. And then, but to scale it, you kind of have to do pop it into the center like this, and then turn on local symmetry, scale it in place. And then the last bit you want to do, if you're going to be doing it this way, is project it to the surface. So project all, that's gonna flatten it right to that surface. Actually, let me make sure that this is in dynamic. So I was actually projecting it down to this low poly version of it. And that's not what I want. That's why it went all crumpled and weird looking. So I'm gonna turn on dynamic and then hit apply. So it's real deal. And go back to here and then hit project. Then it gives me a better projection. And then I can just nudge it barely off the surface like that. And now it's the exact same surface as that eyeball. Then I can fill it with a material like toy plastic. Let's see. Let's go grab a material, toy. What in the world? I have a billion fast shaders in here for some reason. I have no idea where they came from. Holy cow, okay. Fast shaders want to be in there. Now I'm having a hard time finding the one I want because I have so many in here. There it is, toy plastic. Okay. So toy plastic will give me this highlight. Hit material, hit fill object, and I also want to fill the eyeball itself with that. I can subdivide it. The more you subdivide it, the cleaner that highlight's going to get. Okay, and then subdivide that down a little bit. You can see how that highlight kind of travels across the surface there like that. It happens to you with the flat shader? Oh, it like just duplicates like crazy in there? Are the shaders from loading and Sirloin? They shouldn't be, Cyberchris. So materials only come in with projects. So if you load in a project and it has materials associated with it, then all of those could have come in. You know what it might have been from is when I was trying to, I lost Keanu when I was first starting the stream today. So I was kind of looking back through my quick saves, and quick saves are saved as projects. So I was loading in some projects, a bunch of them. That's probably where it came from. So, do you load projects, Mike, or tools? So they're probably from projects, if I were to guess. Okay, let's see. There we go. Oh yeah, my also, not to keep pitching my stuff, but my user interface also comes with this ruler, and this ruler will help you measure your character. So this guy is like I haven't used the ruler yet, but when I'm getting close to finished, I'll scale him down to the ruler. Don't ever scale the ruler up to your character. Always scale your character down to the ruler, because the ruler is associated with the file size itself. So anyway, that's in there as well. So, okay, so quick saves as well. Yeah, so quick saves and projects and everything like that, that will tend to duplicate your materials in there, Mike. Okay. I want to fill his eyes. Let's get him. I want to see if I think they're super dark brown, but I want to zoom in here and see. Yeah. So now you can see them. They're just a very, very dark brown. And his pupil is quite large. So I want to just kind of park him down in the corner down here. So he's just kind of peeking, just creeping out the corner. And then, yeah, I need to shape these eyebrows a little bit better. Maybe lighten up the eyeball itself. Let's get off the RGB. Okay, I'm on here. Let's get a darker color. Really, Mike? Size of Galactus. I will crush planets. That's funny. Okay. So this is how I usually paint eyeballs. Just kind of come in here. Actually, not that color yet. I'll do this light brown first. This is another thing is when you're painting eyes like this, if you have a disc, you can stay within the lines, right? Because without having to mask it off, because there's nothing there, that's where the geometry ends, so you're not going to accidentally paint outside the lines. Okay, now I can go in here. Okay. For the pupil, though, I'll get in here and figure out which line I want to be the pupil. Probably this. And hide it. Put it in its own poly group. Divide it back up. And then hide it. No. Gosh dang it. Get out of here, Gizmo. There we go. And then fill it. And there we go. Yay. Let's see. Do you sometimes get stuck? What do you do to get unstuck and find the answer to why you were like that? Bad day for me, stuck on modeling, redo it 3 times. So that's a great question, Pixeleon. That's a good name. So yes, I get stuck all the time, honestly. And what's cool with ZBrush is and I tell my students this, there isn't a hole that you can't dig yourself out of with ZBrush. There's always a way out or some way to, a lot of times you end up redoing stuff, and that's okay if that's what it takes, to fix it. But it's not like you have to start completely over most of the time. You can like dig your way out. So it depends on the problem, most of all. If the problem is, you're just not being able to nail the concept and, just the character is not looking good, that's one thing. That's an art problem. It's hard. You need to learn how to see and learn how to interpret. That's one problem. But if it's like a modeling problem and it's like a technical problem and you're trying to get out of it, it just depends on, what exactly it is you ran into. Like if it's asymmetrical, there's a way to make it symmetrical. You know what I mean? If it's, if you have some weird material on there, there's a way to get the material off. Just different things like that. So it's a super broad question, and it has several answers depending on where you're at and where you're stuck, that kind of thing. But like I said, if you're just not being able to match the concept, then every model goes through what Ryan Kingsland dubbed the Valley of the Suck. So every model goes through this phase. I think this model is in it right now for me, and basically it needs to go through that time in its life to emerge and become better. There's a lot of times your model's just going to look like ass until it doesn't. You just kind of have to work through it. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some of these colors again and fill this object. Oh, I'm on this. Boom. What's the average time I spend in sculpting a character like this? It really depends on the level of detail of the character. If it's this looks like a slinglet. That's funny. Yeah, that's Pixel. That's just a matter of practice. Unfortunately, that's probably the answer you don't want to hear the most. is it's just a matter of practicing and getting better and learning what's wrong and learning how to see it and how to wow, look at that. And learning what's wrong with it so you can fix it. And that's just a matter of learning how to see and then learning how to interpret it. And that's kind of what we go through in my workshop is a lot of times I'll take somebody's render and I'll put it in Photoshop and I'll liquefy it, and then I'll make an animated GIF of it so they can see the before and the after. And that really goes pretty far as like helping people see what is wrong with it, dialing it in. So Clegan, yes, yeah, I'll be tuning this for sure. This is still in block out stage right now, so I still need to react and fix the proportions. Like his feet are still too small, stuff like that. So he's got a long ways to go. And his face has a long ways to go. So I'm just working through it. I think I do want to make his eyes whiter. They're a little too dark. Okay. Let's see. When you 3D print a character, does it usually come out as clean as your Boba Fett, or do you have to polish it? So honestly, coming out of a Form 2 printer, Form 3 printer, there is very, very little cleanup on that. The only cleanup you really have to do is where the supports came off of the model, and then you just kind of use a little file, a really fine tooth file, and just kind of file it down until it's matches the surface nice. But as far as like having to sand and prime and all that kind of stuff, there's really not that much cleanup at all. Dude, Mike, did you see? I have to give a shout out to Bandai Studios. And here, hold on, because they beat me to it and they killed it. So I don't know if it's one guy or if it's a studio or what. Let me find it. I'm looking for it. Oh, come on. I didn't mean to move my screen there. Let me see. Where are you? Oh, here we go. All right, let me show you this. Look at this. How cool is that? Dinsai. I kept saying Bandai. Dinsai. So, yeah, Contorn. This guy. Oh my goodness. I love this sculpt. This is so good. So good. So, yeah, check this out. Amazing, amazing. Anyway. Yeah, if I can get half this good with this sculpt, then I'll be happy. But this one turned out amazing. I don't know where all my stuff went. I lost all my stuff here. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, got my chat back. Okay, I just shut it down because my thing was being weird. Just look up John Wick Dinsai, Dinsai. Maybe Neil can link it. Can you link that, Neil, please? Spear Chuck, I'm not going to get into that conversation right now. All right. As long as people know what I'm talking about, that's all I care about. Gotta fix his. And to me, Jif is peanut butter. Yeah, that's what this is all about, getting inspired and doing some sculpts. All right, let's get this out. Did I split? Okay. I think I am going to raise up his waistline a little bit. So thanks for the suggestion there. And I just barely did a pass the sculpts not too long ago with another Pixelogic sculptor on here. His name's Polygon. His style is very similar to mine. We decided it might be kind of fun to, start a sculpt and then work on it for an hour and then pass it to each other and work on it for an hour and then pass it back. So we just barely finished the second part of that pass the sculpt. It was a lot of fun. Check that out. Oh, thanks, Richardson. Or maybe Neil had to take off. All right, thanks so much. All right, Ikaruga, thanks for hanging out, man. Okay. I need to bring this down lots more. Square it off. Bring it down his shoulders. Now it doesn't look so much like a slinglet. Yeah, Johannes Helgeson is one of my favorite concept artists of all time. Same with Luigi. It's almost like anything they make, I love to sculpt, just because they know their forms so well and their designs are just fantastic. So it makes it a little easier to model that way, but it's still a challenge at the same time. Okay, I'm going to combine the facial hair with the face just so I can move them at the same time. Are your computers having issues? Oh, no worries. Okay, oops, this one had subdivision levels. I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Let's split. Split hidden. I guess I can't do that right now because I put too much detail and I subdivided it. Oh well. Oh man, what'd I do? Gosh dang it. I did split hidden and I actually hid the interior of his mouth, so that split it off. All right. So now his interior of his mouth is part of the mustache. Great. So here's a hole I have to dig out of that I just put myself into. Yeah, Luigi Lucarelli, this is one of his right here. And you can find him at Hello Luigi on Instagram. Okay, so split hidden again. Now I have a mouth interior. I need to merge this down. And then do a weld points. And hopefully that did it. Okay, let's see if it did it. So now I can rebuild the lower resolution meshes by doing reconstruct subdiv a couple times. Yep, it worked. Okay, sweet. All right. Back in business. Yeah, you just kind of have to know how to dig yourself out of the hole, I guess. All right. Let's see, how many subdivisions does this have? This is a trick for you guys. If you ever want to merge two subtools together that have multiple subdivision levels, like this, his beard doesn't have any, And his face has, let's see, where'd it go? 4. Okay, so his face has 4. The hair doesn't have any. So the best thing to do is to subdivide this up so it has 4, like this, and then merge them together. And then it should keep those subdivision levels. Like that. Yep, the subdivision levels remain. They just have to be the same count. And as long as they're the same count, then you can merge them together. Greetings from Portugal. Okay, so now I can go down in subdivision levels and keep going about my business. And then I wanted them combined so I could turn him. Well, I want to look at him from the front because I want to make him a little more gaunt. And I want to move the hair and the skin underneath at the same time because he's looking a little wide there at the base. Nomar, no, my pleasure, man. Happy to help. All right. Oh yeah, there's so many out there. Clean. There's a ton. There's a ton. So I'm just kind of trying to fine tune his face here. I think I want it to be a little flatter. All right, it's almost time to wrap it up, everybody. So I'm just going to tune it just a little bit more. I'm liking the profile. I think he could probably use a little bit more forehead. I couldn't see it, but how you added that image of the reference there on the left, that's using Spotlight. So basically you make an image where the background is 100% black, and wherever it's black, it'll drop out. And then you just go texture, you load it in here, and make sure it's big like this right here. And then you just hit this button that says add to Spotlight, and it'll put it right there. Well, then you have to move it and scale it and stuff like that. But just make sure you turn off Spotlight projection right here, or else your brushes won't work. Well, your move brush will work, but everything else won't. Okay. So let's see where we have him. Yeah, I still need to mess with those. I still have a lot to do on getting him closer to that concept. This is proving to be a challenging concept for sure. What inspired me to become a character artist? Honestly, just films, just movies, video games. And I've always been an artist since I was born. I've always been, doing drawings and paintings, and I was an airbrush artist in the 80s and 90s, and it was just kind of a natural progression. If you guys know Meets Myers, you guys know who he is. It's weird because we kind of have parallel paths. He and I were airbrush artists at the same time, and we both kind of made our way into CG in different paths. And yeah, so anyway, yeah, it's just I just kind of fell into it, honestly. Yeah, so and here I am 20 years later. Pretty crazy. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for hanging out. And as always, if you want to learn more about, being a character artist and learning how to do what we do as character artists, you can always check out the 3dcharacterworkshop.com. You can see it right at the top right here. Just go there and you can grab my brushes, my user interface, and my ruler for free, and it will put you on my newsletter, and I will email you once in a great while. Sometimes I'll do blog posts and things like that, not too often, and sometimes I'll do special deals on my workshop occasionally, or announcements, things like that. So anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email is shane.olson@3dcharacterworkshop.com. So if you have any questions about that. And my mom watches all these. So hi, Mom. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Love you. All right. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Love you all as well. So take care and have a wonderful streaming time, or wonderful sculpting time. I said streaming because I'm streaming. Have a wonderful sculpting time. And again, next Monday, I'm going to be trying to sculpt on my own channel. So if you want to follow me, it's Shane Olson Art on Twitter, or on Twitch. I can't talk today. On Twitch, I'm going to be sculpting on my own channel next Monday. So same exact time as I'm streaming here. So I'm just going to try and flip-flop every other Monday on Pixelogic versus my own channel. So hopefully I can see you guys all over there. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next Monday. All right, cheers.